Welcome to Joy Phido International. My name is Joy Phido and I'm coming to you today with so much excitement, so much to talk about. So, sit relaxed and we're ready to roll with you. So much to give you, so much information to talk about. Welcome on board. So what is Joy Phido International all about? It's all about inspiring you to become the person that you're meant to be. So we've been away for such a long time and now we're back. Now, sincere apologies for being away for so long. Why have we been away? We've been extremely busy. I'm going to roll out some of the things we've been up to. So much to do that there hasn't been any time to sit down and put together all these beautiful talks and peps and information that will bring across to you. But today we had to decide that, you know what, it has to be done. Why did we decide to do that? We've been getting so many emails and phone calls and letters and people simply writing in and thanking us and saying, you have helped me do something. You have helped me pick up myself again from where I thought I'd, dragged myself to. You helped me see things in a different light. You helped me refocus my attention. You helped me become myself again. So we thought, well, if we're actually, inspiring people, supporting people, helping people to find themselves, then why not? We need to be here to be on your side. And so that's why we decided, no matter how much this pressure is that's on us and all the activities we've been involved with, we're going to sit down and create time to come to you and continue to support you. So I'm going to reel out some of the things we've been really busy doing, but I'll tell you what today is all about. So the main topic today is going to be about 9 major things that you can help yourself with to achieve success. I know I talk about success all the time, but this time around, again, these ideas come to me, this inspiration come to me, and then I have to tell somebody, and it always has to be you that I come to. Because most times, all these things that come to me, I put them into action. And when I put it into action and it works for me, then I start thinking, I could help someone with this thing that I know. And that's when I decide, you know what, I have to go and put it in a video. So these 9 things that are going to help you achieve success are coming. That's what this video is about today. But before I go there, I'm going to reel out some of the things I've really been up to. So this is August 2015. And I'm sure we haven't been with you since maybe about December 2014 or even earlier. Now, I've been to Nigeria 2 times within this period. I went in January, did a lot of activities there, and I went again in June. Now, why am I going to and fro? There are loads of things I'm working on, which you'll get to know sooner. So that has happened. So been to Nigeria, yes, 2 times, working on lots of projects, which you're going to know. Now, within this period, I've celebrated my birthday. And the reason I'm saying it is because it's a big birthday. I celebrated 50 years. 50. That is exciting news for me, because that means I've experienced so much within these 50 years of being in existence. Now, as you all know, I'm a wife of over 20 years. I'm a mother of 4 children. I run this business and I am into everything and anything that's I can think of and I get excited about. So it is so much knowledge and experience that I bring on board. And to be able to sit here and say, wow, look at it, I've done 50 years, it's a lot for me. And I thought I would share it with you. We've finished a workshop with children. And you know we do this every year. So we get this project with a council here in the UK where we train young children. And this time it was exciting because we had to train people as young as 8 years old. An 8-year-old child sitting there and I'm showing her how to braid hair. Now that was amazing. We had a class full of them. It wasn't just 1 week, it was 2 weeks. Action-packed, active. And these kids were open and ready to learn. And they all came out with skills in their hand. Now nothing excites me more than sharing skills. And we did that so successfully. It was exciting. We've completed working on our natural hair cream. Now, you know I've been into natural hair for the past 15 years. My oldest daughter is nearly 20 years, so you can well imagine how long I've been working on this. Now, I'm one of those people who don't like just doing something for the sake of it. I do it only when I know it is right. And I've been looking at natural hair, the Afro hair. I've done videos on videos. I've worked with everyone I can think of. My clients are all natural hair clients. I've done a hairdressing course and now focus on natural hair. But I became so curious about understanding what product would give me the result I wanted with natural hair. And while people were sending me products from all over the world, please test mine and tell me what you think. I've been sitting there and wondering, how can I create something that actually does what the natural hair wants? And I took up a course in making hair products. Not just hair products, in making natural products, which I've shown the certificates as well. But finally, I've tested this on myself, my children, over the years. And if you watch our videos, you see my young son with his long Afro hair stretching out by the minute, and my daughters. And so finally, I have got it now, and I'm so proud of it. And now, we started selling them. So, if you contact us, I'll make your product and I'll post it to you. So, that's how exciting it is. It's not one of those products that's going to be in a shelf, in a shop. You're not going to go there and see my product. My product is targeted at clients who just know what they want from their hair. So that's another exciting news for you. So the next thing we have achieved is working on our African fashion range. Wow, this is the next big thing for me, because if you watch the videos we've done again over the years, I show you my African wrappers, we call them wrappers, and the headgears, and you know, the beautiful tops and the colorful jewelry. And this has been a burning desire at the back of my mind. I mean, way back years ago when I started hair, I loved fashion to bits. But I had to wear both of them, and I decided, let me start with hair. But of course, my fashion remained at the back burner of my way of thinking. And finally, I'm into it. Hence, I told you I went to Nigeria twice. And this is the next big thing for me, because my African fashion range is going to be amazing. I mean, looking at me, I'm actually wearing one of them. Because I'm sitting down, you may not really see what I look like. But I think I'm going to put a picture here once I finish this video for you to see the kind of ideas we have. I actually wore my range of clothes throughout the workshop with the children, and everyone who saw them were all amazed and excited, and they want to know when are they coming out. So that's the next big thing coming. We are working on giving you every idea you want with African prints, African fabrics, African designs. So that's the next big thing that's been keeping us extremely busy. So the next thing is healthy lifestyle. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, all these things I'm telling you, I have pages for them. I have pages for African fashion. I have a page for the healthy lifestyle. I have a page for eating healthy, which I just mentioned. I have pages for so many things, for the hair, for the training. So whenever an idea really hits me hard, I know that I'm going to work on it, and I start doing something on it. And so we've done videos again on healthy eating, which we did the one on the garlic, and did on ginger, and did on, juicing and smoothing. And so that is the next big thing for me, because again, the older you get, it becomes more difficult for your cells to break down food as quickly as it did when you were younger. And what tends to happen is, as people get older, because the cells are quite slow, we tend to add on so much weight, and then it turns around and it affects our health, and before we know it, we're gradually getting so unhealthy. And I can tell you sincerely from my heart that since I had my last child, which my young son is 9-year-old, I haven't seen a doctor for anything, and that's because I watched the things I put into my body. And it's a big thing for me. Hence, everyone who knows me, all I preach is eat healthy, eat healthy, eat healthy. It helps you stay focused with your health. Once your health is there, then your life is there, then your wealth is on the way, then your head will be clear, and then you know what you're doing. So now I have started consulting with people. Remember, I'm also taking on a project in healthy nutrition. So I need to know what is going to help you stay healthy, and I'm already working on that. And I'm already started helping people on how to stay healthy, how to maintain their weight. It's not just about weight loss, but how to maintain it as well. And obviously weight loss as well if you've overdone things. So that's the next big thing that's also been taking my time. And so in addition to the healthy food and healthy eating comes the healthy hair, which was the main trigger for everything that I really do. It started from hair, and people want to grow their hair. People are complaining about their hair not being healthy, hair breaking, hair getting damaged. And so I started researching into everything, and now I have to deal with clients constantly trying to help them recover their damaged hair, recover their hair, stay focused on their hair, hence the product, hence the food. So all these things are coming together, and it's so exciting to know that there are people out there who need help, and I can help them. So the next big one after we had the workshop was to take a break from all of this. So remember, since January, I've been on the road, doing this, doing that, dealing with this, dealing with that. Clients are coming in, students are coming in, and then we had all these projects going on. So we needed a break. But we don't just take breaks here. We do things to achieve things at all times. And so we decided to take a road tour to Europe. And this time we went straight to Italy, but of course, making sure we were going by road. So we drove by road and overcame thousands and thousands of miles by road. So we traveled through Paris, going through France, through Paris, to Geneva in Switzerland, and then ended up in Milan in Italy. And I'm telling you, this was an experience of a lifetime. Seeing these roads and the mountains in Switzerland, and how nature is so amazing and so awesome. I just think everyone should take a break. We do need breaks. Take a break, and don't just hop at the airport and carry the suitcase and get harassed by this airport staff and move your luggage here, don't move your luggage here, you carrying excess luggage and all that. Try and go by road sometimes if you can drive. I know I'm not a good one to say that, but my husband loves driving, so he enjoys these road trips. And you should have seen us driving this amazing thousands of miles on these roads that are so out of this world, and seeing these mountains. The one that was so amazing was this mountain that's all white, and it's called the White Mountain, or Mount Blanc. I don't know how to pronounce it in their language, but water is actually dripping down from this mountain down to the road. It was awesome. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, I've put up a video on this, and I'll put images in this. It's just to let you know that these things are possible. These things are possible, and you need to step out of your house, sitting behind those closed doors all the time and thinking the world has come to an end. The world has not come to an end. It's an open world out there waiting with open arms to to embrace you whenever you're ready to take on the world. So these are just a few of the things I've been doing, which there are so many more, but I just thought I'll let you know how busy things have been. So we just came back from Italy on the road, and it's been awesome. So now we're ready to deal with the rest of the things. But of course, here comes our topic: 9 things to help you actually achieve that success that you're looking for. So we've talked about 9 things that will help you achieve your success in life. Now, naturally, if you've been watching the videos I put out, you will know that I don't stop talking about success and achievement. Why do I make a big deal of this? The reason is, like I try to explain to most of us, we're all here on a journey in life. And if you keep listening to the news and you watch, you watch Facebook and you see things happening around you, and maybe you get phone calls from families and friends, and you hear this person you knew is now dead, that person you knew is now dead, this person has just gotten ill, and it makes you think, if you're just one of those people who can think. I think all the time about these things. People have come and gone. Have they achieved the reason for coming? Keep asking yourself that, because when you do that, you know that for you and for me, there's an end. Like lots of people will say, there's a beginning. For anything that has a beginning, there must be an end. And that's the way it is for all of us. We were given back to one day. And one day is coming when it's going to be all over. So if that's the case, are we really achieving why we're here? Because as far as I know, there's a mission for every one of us. But what happens is we come here and we forget our mission. Why? Because we get too excited and too engrossed with things happening around us. We're busy looking at our neighbors and their cars and their houses and their clothes and their fashion. And so we forget that we have a reason for being here, and things start to happen to our heads. So achievement is a major part of who we are. And that's why I never stop talking about them. Because no matter what happens, if you decide to lock your door and say, I'm not going to go anywhere, I'm going to sit in, day out, there will be an end. And if there's an end, what then happens? My imagination is you get there, up there, to your creator, being God, and say, and he says to you, my son, my daughter, what did you achieve while you were away? And then you suddenly go, I was actually indoors and I locked myself in and I refused to do anything. I don't think he'll be very happy with us with such an answer. So that being the case, it is open for us now that we're still here breathing to do something, to support ourselves and support our community and support everyone around us. And me doing this is one of my way of supporting, because I'm giving you messages that helps me to grow. And I want you to grow. And that's why I never stop giving you all these inspirational messages. So the first thing I want you to think about that's really going to help start to change things for you is your ego. And ego is that part of us that imagines that we're bigger than we are. Or that part of us that easily gets upset, get dented. Why did they talk to me that way? Why did they look at me that way? Inside you, something is getting really angry or really furious, really ready for a fight. Why didn't they open the door for me? Why did they close the door in my face? Why did they shout at me? So there's so much ego at war in all of us. The only way you're going to start moving things forward is to stop feeding that ego. And I talk to my kids all the time because it happens to all of us. Start helping yourself to tame your ego. Start taming it. Because some of us build so much in our head, we think we're bigger than what we present here to other people. And so in our head, we're so big, we're so huge, we're so great. But in reality, we're just like any other human being. And so people treat you based on what they see. And then you suddenly, because in your head you're so great, you suddenly imagine that you should have been treated otherwise. Now what I say to people is bring that ego into reality. Bring that great person in your head to real life. And when you do that, you probably will be treated differently. But for as long as it hasn't happened, learn to calm it down. Learn to tame it. Learn to help yourself to be real. You know, some people, they say, get real. Learn to get real. Reality is different from what we build up there. So my first advice is bring yourself to reality and stop feeding your ego. Number 2, now some of us, we build too much, and I'm going to emphasize the word too much, will be too much expectations of other people. Now, this is how this works. You know who you are, and you can control the things you do. But then you sit in your world and create expectations of everyone around you. And I'm a wife, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. As a wife, we have expectations of our husbands. And I'm sure as a husband, they equally have expectations of their wives. The same thing we do with our children as well. You have an expectation of what your child should be. You have an expectation of what your friend should be. You have an expectation of what your mother should be and your dad should be and your best friend should have done. Now, what happens is these expectations are not reality. This is in your head. You are expecting. And so when you have these expectations, the other person does not know about it. I mean, trust me, you may be as open as a book and you keep trying to let people understand what you expect from them. They are not going to be on the dot with what you want from them. So what happens? Your expectations is X. The other person you're expecting from is presenting something else. You get angry. You get mad. You get upset. And what happens? Whenever you are upset, your spirit gets dented. Because you're feeling down, you're feeling angry, you suddenly build up this huge animosity towards the other person. And there are instances where people say, I'm not going to talk to her again. In short, I'm going to stop talking to her. I'm going to stop talking to him. So having high expectations of other people is unreal. It's simply unreal. And so we need to again come back to reality. You can only do what you can. You can only control yourself. But trying to control others is just asking for too much. And so tone down on your expectations. You may wish, and this is the new thing I keep telling myself, if I were that person, I would have done this. But unfortunately, I am not that person. So I cannot control the way that person behaves and what that person is going to do and all of that. So now, if you find you're dealing with someone who's not meeting your expectations, things you can do could be explain to them, this is what I wish you could do. And the other way around is to control you. So if they're not meeting your expectations, you do what you need to do to create a harmony and peace within yourself. And carry on with life. Because if you sit back and start getting angry at everyone around you, what's going to happen is your spirit is going to be in such turmoil, in such state of anger, that it's not going to give itself room to grow. You remember we're talking about achievement and growth. So if you want to grow, time to let go of anger and start building on the things you really want to do in life. And trust me, when you hear people say, let go of the anger or forgive people, it's not about you making that person feel good that you've forgiven them. No, it's about you forgetting and letting go, relieving yourself of the pain of being angry. Because the minute you do that and you're at peace with yourself, success starts to come your way. You start to attract good things. And I try to explain this to so many people. They think when you say, forget it, forgive, don't think about it, let go of the anger, they think you're trying to hurt them and let the other person free. It's not about the other person, it's about you. So if anything is stopping you from being happy, now that is where the problem is. And now that is the thing that people say to you, let go. And now that is what they call negative emotions. So you need to let go of all those negativity, push it out of yourself. The minute you do that, you find you're at peace with yourself. And when you're at peace with yourself, that's when growth comes your way. So expectations that are too high for other people is not for your own growth. It's just unrealistic. So the third thing we're looking at, again, we're looking at growth, we're looking at success, we're looking at achievement, is be a go-getter. Some people say, oh, go out there and get it. Go out there and get it. And they mean well when they say that. Because I know so many people who are great at things, but what goes wrong is they sit at home and they think the phone is going to ring. And we do that in business as well, trust me. We've set up a business, we leave the door open, and we're waiting for someone to walk in. No one's going to walk in if you don't go chasing them. If you don't let them know that this is what you do. The same thing with all your skills and experiences and knowledge in life and all the things you've dealt with. You have to let people know that you know what you know. You have to go out there and say, I want to do this. I want to achieve that. You just heard how we took a trip all the way to Italy and back on road. We chose to do that. No one asked us to do that. And so the minute we came, we decided we were going to take the trip. We did everything we could to make that come to life. So that's how life works. Don't sit at home and say, oh, I wish I knew how to braid hair. I wish I could be a makeup artist. I wish I could learn to become a beautician or a musician or a dancer. You know, you start dreaming up all these things. Yes, you're good at these things. But if you don't get up and go and make the effort and push it into action, it's not going to work. I just told you I made 2 trips to Nigeria. I did not just keep wishing in my head, I wish I could start making African fashion. No, I actually carried myself there. You may say to me, oh, well, you didn't have the money to take that trip, so good for you to say. Trust me, once you put your mind on something, things begin to happen for you towards that. And that's why we say no negative thoughts. Because the minute negative thoughts come in, they distract you from focusing on the things you want to do. So stay focused. And I remember we did a video once where we guided you on how to start saving no matter how small this money is. If you told yourself, this is what I want to do, the way you can go about it is find out what it's involved in that thing. If it was a training, for instance, my training in natural hair care and designing and all of that, and you came to us and we said to you, the package is going to cost you $1,200 or £1,000 or whatever it is, and you said, that's the one I want to do. What you could do is walk backwards. In 52 weeks, how much could I put aside that will help me achieve that amount of money? Or if you don't want to take on that big package, you could say, I could start with package 1. Just introduction to hair braiding. And how much is that? Is that £40, £35? Whatever how much it is. Okay, I'm going to put £5 every week. In 4 weeks, I'm going to make £20. In another 4 weeks, I'll make £40. That's how it works. It is so real. Everything you want to do in life is real. All you have to do is go out there and get it. All you have to do is aim, and it's aim that it should happen. Focus that it should happen, and put everything into action. When I put my ideas into action, nobody really understands how I go about it. Because I'm not sitting here and waiting that I should have £1 million in one day before I can do the things I want to do. No, I just get it done. I just start doing it even with the least money I have. And the more I do them, the more they become real. So that's what I want from you. Go out there and get what you want from life. So here again, we continue to talk about achievement and success and all of that. Number 4 is for you to embrace everything. And I mean embrace everything. Now, as a person, me, Joy Phido, what are the things I enjoy doing? I enjoy working with natural hair. So I can design natural hair in so many different forms, so many different ways. And not just design hair, I'm ready to train you to understand how to do it too. So these are all the unique skills that I have. And then I love fashion. I mean, I love every fashion. But my greatest joy comes from African fashion. Why? Because it's so different, it's so vibrant, it's so colorful. I just want to see things look amazing on people. And then I love health as well. I just believe that for anyone to be anyone, the first thing you start from is your health. And so there is no point you trying to be all beautiful and glamorous and you are so unhealthy inside. It leads to nowhere. So the least you can do is help yourself, stay healthy, and then chase every dream you want. And then what else do I love to deal with? I love to deal with, I've talked about fashion, I've talked about hair, I've talked about health. What's it? I love traveling. So these are things that I love doing. So the minute I know I love doing something, I want to give it a go. I just want to give it a go. I don't want to sit back there and say, actually, the thing I love doing is hair, and so fashion can go, beauty can go, health can go. You know, I don't do that. I embrace everything. When I went to university to study, I did business administration, and that gave me the opportunity to see a business from every angle. And then when I came to England and started my, they call it MVQ in administration, the first thing they asked us to do was to learn typing. And I learned how to type in just a few days. And so these are the ways you can open yourself to learn. Open yourself to learn. Don't tie yourself to one area in life. You've heard me talk about making products, and I'm looking at my fashion line, and I'm looking at my hairline, and I'm looking at, and so I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to let anyone tie me into a box. You know, some people say, come out of the box. I have never been in a box. And so I wish everyone would learn that. You don't have to tie yourself in one area in life and say, that's the only one I am good at. Apparently, most of us, and we're talking about people who are exceptionally intelligent, we don't even use 10% of our brain capacity in this lifetime. Now that is scary. What the brain is capable of doing, a computer that makes up a whole city cannot even comprehend what our brain capacity can handle. And I've read books on this, and it's so scary what we are capable of doing. So learn to start using yourself. That's the message. Learn to embrace everything around you. Because what I say to people, you never know where it is. You never know where your strength lies. So if you keep tying yourself to the one thing, and I see people struggle in one area forever. This hair thing, I'm struggling, I still can't get this hair right. You don't have to sleep with hair. You can move on and buy and sell hair. You can move on and create products. You can move on and go into shoes. You can go into clothes. You can go into makeup. You can go into travels. You can go into whatever it is that gives you joy. So open up yourself, embrace as many things as possible. Make it happen. Make it happen is number 5. So we've said embrace things. We've said stay focused. We've said be creative. You know, everything we've said all come together. Make it happen. It is so real. Now, make it happen is about you having all these ideas in your head. And I get people come here for training and they tell me these things. And I say, so what's stopping you? Make it happen is ensuring that the dreams in your head are coming to reality. Now, these are the areas I want people to start thinking about. We are messengers on this earth. I believe in that so deeply. Because apparently, when God created us, God, we know, is a spirit. And so God is in our heart. Now, he created us in human form. So we come here and we walk on this surface so we can physically touch things and all that. God is a spirit. He's not going to come down and make things happen. So he walks through us, and hence he created us to come and make it happen. And so our role is to represent him. And how we're representing God is to continue his creation. And continuing his creation means the thoughts and the ideas that are coming into your mind, that are coming into your head. That is the Spirit of God telling you to do something. And so when you do these things, you're actually helping to make God's world a reality. These are the things I believe in, and so I work on them. So if a thought has hit you, go and create African fashion. To me, that's God speaking to me. And so I do it. And so when he speaks to me and says, do a video and talk to people and tell them, this is time to do this and do this, and I do it. Because if I don't, somehow I feel I have failed myself and I feel I have failed God. So whenever an idea hits you, don't go sleeping back with it and say, oh, well, it was just an idea. It's never going to happen. Who is going to make it happen? It has to be you. It has to be you. So start coming out and making your ideas reality. Make them happen. That's the message here. Make all those dreams you have happen. Because everything that you've seen on this earth that we're in was made by somebody. Whatever it is, a human being thought about it and put it into action. And that's why you can deal with it. So when you have the Hoover, you go and hoover your floor, somebody thought about it. The electricity that we use to create all these amazing things, somebody thought about it and made it happen. The camera that's watching me now and creating this video for you, somebody thought about it and created it. So if you have to think about something and create it, you are continuously helping the creation of the nation, of the world. Hence, we go on the internet. When did the internet start? Someone made it happen. All the Facebook we use, all the Twitter, all the YouTube, somebody made these things happen. So you could be in the middle of creating something great as well for the next generations to come. So don't leave ideas in your head. They come to you, put them into action, let it happen. That is the message. Bring your ideas to life. You want to learn how to braid because you want to set up a braiding salon in your neighborhood. Go ahead, gain your training, start doing people's hair. People out there need you. We all need each other. So whatever ideas you have, bring them to life. Number 6, stay focused. Stay focused. This is so important. Sometimes I don't even know where to start from. When I sit with people, even when I'm with my children, thoughts are coming to my head. Someone's trying to say something to me. I suddenly stay a bit quiet because I'm trying to process the thoughts and I'm trying to put it into clarity with my head so that I know exactly what I'm doing next. It is so easy to lose focus of anything you're doing. And recently, I would say I've been lucky enough to come across some knowledge that, again, something about the law of attraction. When you do certain things, you attract certain things into your life. And I was chatting with one of my students. We were just talking about dealing with different things in life. And she introduced me to 2 names on the internet. And she said, go watch these videos and see what you think of it. I'll give you the names. One of them is Derek Prince. I'm going to put this in the description box so that maybe I'm not pronouncing it well. And the other person is Dr. Myles Munroe. Now, I've taken time to watch these 2 gentlemen. They are preachers. And it's awesome the kind of messages you get from them. And one of the biggest things that came out from one of them was about how, as human beings, we're constantly dealing with unseen spirits, which is true because we are spirits as well, but obviously in human form. Now, sometimes these spirits get into us. They practically take over our spirit and start to present different things to life. And it was shocking because it's very clear in the Bible. It's in Ephesians 6 or so. I'm not really focused on that one right now. I could give you all the details, but I can try and put that in the description box as well. We're dealing with unseen spirits that their focus is just to distract. Remember, we talked about the work of God and how we're here to create a better world for generations to come. And so the unseen spirits, which are more demonic, who don't really want good things to happen, are then constantly interacting with us and trying so hard to distract us from achieving these great results that we're supposed to be achieving. And so whenever I'm trying to do something and I know that what I'm trying to do is really something good and is going to create, great things coming out of it, and then other things begin to happen around me, you know what I do? I just laugh because I know what's happening. I know that some evil out there is trying his best to distract me from that focus that I was trying to put on that thing and trying to make it not come to pass. So it's very real what I'm trying to explain here. Losing focus is so easy. And so it's for you to go back into your spirit, because it's very important that we know that we're creations from God. And God has a big message for each of us to deliver here. So if you stay focused with your Creator, being God, He will protect you at all times from all these things that we're dealing with, because they do exist. So your role, stay focused, stay in touch with your God, and constantly speak to Him to cover you. Because where the point of view that I take mine is, you created me for a purpose. I'm here on a mission, and the mission is for you. So if I haven't achieved this mission, don't let anything distract it. And if you do these things to yourself, if you help yourself with such messages and constantly stay in touch with your God, you find that achieving things here on earth, it's generally easy. But lots of people think it's so hard. It's not. Stay focused. Stay in touch with your Creator. Do not let anything take your attention from this ball that you're supposed to be kicking, achieving things. So remember this. Very important. You go back into yourself. I mean, lots of people out there, I don't want to hear about God. Oh, Lord, what are you talking about? After this trip I took, and I know I believe in my God a millionfold, but this trip on road, when you travel by air, you don't see anything going anywhere in the world. Try traveling by road and see nature at work. See a mountain in the middle of nowhere with ice on it. Now, who could create such a thing if you still don't believe there is a God? So it's down to you. It's not my place to tell you what to believe in. But all I know is God created you, whether you want to believe it or not. And you are here for a purpose. So all you want to constantly do is focus on your purpose and aim to achieve them. So number 7 is be at peace with yourself. Now, in so many ways I've talked about this. In so many ways I've talked about being at peace with yourself. There is what they call negative thoughts and positive thoughts. And for lots of people, they keep thinking, the only time I'm ever gonna have peace in my life is if I make loads of money, millions of dollars, millions of pounds. And everyone gets so easily distracted in life about money, 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 money. Trust me, yes, we do need money, but money does not create peace for most people. I mean, you hear all these cases of suicide everywhere. People committing suicide, falling off the cliff, falling off this, falling off that. And most times you're hearing they're millionaires. And then it makes you wonder, but they have so much money, why are they not at peace with themselves? Why are they killing themselves? And there's a passage in the Bible that always gets me interested. It says, you may gain the whole world and lose your soul. The minute you lose your soul, you can never be at peace with yourself. And getting the whole world means having all this money that you think you have. Having money does not create peace. It does not create happiness. It does not create joy. But yes, we do need money to help things, make things happen. The most important thing you want to achieve in your life is to create that peace of mind. And there's so many things that could lead to peace of mind. And that's when you know that you are at peace with your source. You are at peace with your soul. How do you achieve that? When you start looking at things around you, there's negative things and there's positive things. And trust me, I have tried understanding how this works. So every little thing angers you. You know, we talked about looking at people around you and having high expectations. And then you get angry. And then you try doing this and it's not working the way you want it. Anger comes in. Anger comes in. Next thing you're seeing yourself, you're sad. Next thing you're seeing yourself, you want to scream at someone. You wish you were better than that person. And things just start happening and building up and building up and building up. And then you lose peace. Because your soul, your spirit is not in touch with you. You've left it behind with all these things holding on. And your heart is heavy. When you let go of all these things, let go. One thing I say to people recently is, now, all these things we're dealing with on this earth. Now, remember, when it's all over, remember there's a beginning, there's an end, we die. When we die, what do we take with us? What do we take with us to heaven? What do we take with us to wherever we're going? Because the body dies and the spirit moves on. So when our spirit is moving on, what does it take with it? I was chatting with someone yesterday, same thing, and I said, when a child is born, what does that child come to this world with? It's just a child being born. And you see this child completely naked, nothing, no clothing, no jewelry, no cars attached, no houses attached, no millions attached. And so I imagine that that's exactly how we hop into the next world. Boom, a soul just appears there. If that is our reality, then why are we stressing ourselves over everything that we're going to live on this earth? Why are we stressing? Then that becomes a question. You lose your soul and you gain the whole world. So because the only thing that's going to go is the soul. And this physical part of us is going to be dropped into some 6 foot under. In some cases, sometimes they cremate the physical flesh and it's over. I'm not going to stop pinpointing on that, because once you remember that, once you understand that all these things we're struggling for in life ends up nowhere. They say vanity upon vanity, it ends up nowhere. Then you demand. Some people go as far as, I don't care what it takes, I just want it. And so they're happily selling their soul. You just want it, but your soul is gone with it. And times like this is what the videos I said I was watching on YouTube came across to me. Times like this, when you're at your weakest, when you say to yourself, I don't care what it takes, I want this thing. That's when this evil creeps into your thoughts. And that's when something possesses you from your natural spiritual self that was created by your own creator. So avoid moments like this. Moments where you're at your weakest, when you suddenly want to sell whatever it takes. Well, you want to do whatever it is for whatever it takes. Don't do it. Gradually understand whatever you're looking for and walk it through normally, and allow your spirit to walk with yourself and with your creator and say, God, if this is meant for me, let it happen. Because he created you, because he has a mission for you, because he has a clear-cut message for you. So this is what he wants you to do, so he's going to make it happen. So don't go selling your soul and say, whatever it takes. If it's not going to go with you, with your soul to heaven, don't kill yourself for it. That's the message. Be at peace. Let it all go. Anything physical that's going to remain on this earth, I don't give myself headache over it. It's all stress. This stress is unnecessary. Stress is negative. What stress does is it goes into your cells and breaks them down and destroys your your cells. And that's why you see some people age so quickly. I don't know what I look like to you right now at 50, but I tell you, all the comments I've heard from people around me is like, wow, how do you do it? I don't even know how I do it, but I know that I'm at peace with myself. Yes, I've had troubled times. I mean, being a wife, being a mother, running a business and dealing with the world and, doing all kinds of things. Naturally, stress will come in, but you have to control your stress. Because when you control this stress, your life opens up. Peace. Okay, so number 8. We'll be taking it slowly and we're gradually getting there. Remember, there are 9 major things. So number 8 is learn to be happy for other people. Just learn to be happy for other people. I tell you, this is one of the biggest ones. Because lots of people struggle to see happiness in what other people are doing. It's so hard for lots of us. You just wish you had everything and everyone around you is underneath you and you are on top of it all. Now that's not healthy. If you find you were doing something and someone else has got it, oh my goodness, you got it. I am so happy for you. Maybe one day I will get it too. That's the spirit. Don't go wishing they were dead. Some people just wish the worst things for other people. But you know what happens? Each time you wish negative for other people, that's negativity you have built up in your spirit. So the minute you learn to be happy for other people, you are happy inside as well. And when you are happy inside, and I'm not going to stop stressing this, everything opens up for you. So learn this today. Learn to be happy for other people. Because when you're happy for other people, things work for you. And you will hear about jealousy, you will hear about enviousness, you will hear about hatred, backbiting, gossiping, you name it. This is just human attributes. And they exist everywhere. Even your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, everyone around you. In the past, I used to really sit back and worry about what people are thinking about what I'm doing. Because people do think about you. People do worry about you. People are just out there. There are people out there who just want to see you fail. It's like everything you do just winds them up. I mean, even this YouTube I do, I get people who give me negative, and trust me, it does not bother me. Because YouTube is a huge outlet for everyone's free to go out there and do what they can do. So I'm doing what I can do. So I don't see the need for anyone to sit out there and be all negative towards what I have done. It's an open world. Feel free, do your own thing. And so if you happen to be sitting there and waiting to hear what people are saying about you, and then you get wound up, you're just wasting your energy. You're wasting this amazing thing that God gave you. So forget what people are saying about you, and also learn not to say things about people. So just be happy for everyone around you. Push out the negativity. Because the minute you start learning to be free, be open, stop being judgmental. Oh my goodness, look at that one. You should have done this, you should have done that. Why didn't they do it this way? Why did they do it that way? You're creating negativity. And so, message I want you to get is, we are all on different missions on this earth. Remember the things I've said, there's a beginning, there's an end. And so you're on a mission to do something. Focus on your mission. And if everyone around you is achieving things, it does not matter. you are also going to achieve things. And so they come at different times for different people. So for your time, do your thing. When the other person finds their time, help them also achieve it. And be happy for them. And open your own world for yourself. So remember, we're saying be happy for everyone. And being happy for everyone brings in things like pure thoughts. The way you're thinking, is it pure? Is it healthy? Is it supporting your growth? Now, one thing I always like to add on is the fact that the Bible says, unless you be like a child, it's very difficult to see the kingdom of heaven. Now, when we're talking about being a child, it's all about the way you think. Now, children don't think to the point of getting angry at the least thing and holding anger and jealousy and enviousness. These are areas where you begin to see that a child is completely different from an adult. And what the Bible is trying to say to us is, if we can learn to cut out all the negatives and become like a child again, things become really different. So again, being born again, you hear people talk about being born again. It's very similar to being a child. Being born again is when your thoughts are clear and pure. Born again means you've taken on things that are clear, focused, positive. So the way you see life is completely different from the way you saw it before. So when you hear people saying, I'm born again, which I hear a lot from where I come from, they understand it to mean change the way you dress, cover your head, take off all the makeup, look plain, look ordinary. Now that's born again. No, born again comes from the heart. Now, if your heart is holding grudges and, being judgmental, being unhappy for other people, not thinking of joy and happiness for other people, but just yourself, now you're not born again. Your thoughts are not clean. They're heavy. And so you have to look for a way to come back to your own spirit and learn to let go of all these negatives. The minute negatives start disappearing for your life and positive starts coming in, the sooner your growth begins to happen. So that's where we want you to learn to be happy for other people. So now we're at the last point, number 9. And it's just about, I've mentioned it a few times, but it's something that really needs to come out on its own. It's being judgmental, being critical. Now, there are lots of people who will sit out there and be saying to you, but how come you didn't say this and how come you didn't say that? Why are you saying this? Why is this happening that way? Everybody wants to pick on somebody and start judging. Her hair is too long. Her neck is too short. Her body is too big. Her height is she's too tall, she's too short, she's too black, she's too green, she's too yellow. Now, these things are you thinking this is how you expected that person to be. And this is why we keep saying about the high expectations. Why do we put ourselves in a position where we criticize others, where we judge others? We never created that person. And the creator who created whoever it is knows why things have happened the way they happened. It's not down to us. So leave judgment to God. You can decide, this is what I want to be. This is what I want to make of myself. That is you. Only you can control who you are. You cannot control any other human being. And the minute you start being so judgmental of other people, you find you become heavy in heart. And these are the things we want to take away from you. We want to give you a lighter heart. A heart that allows you to be free. A heart that allows you to grow things and marinate them and ideas to start popping in, and you're dreaming and you're putting them into action and you're becoming this person you want to be. That's where we want you to be. Not in a place where you're looking at everyone, you're judging them, you're being critical, you're making erroneous decisions based on what you imagine other people should be. So take out the judgmental part of you and start focusing more on who you want to be. So now we're at the end of this, and I'm so happy that you've come through this whole long talk with me and you're at the end. The purpose for us at all times is to inspire you, to help you see life differently. We said be born again, have a change of heart, be a child, see things differently, be young, be simple, be ordinary. The minute you take on the simple things of life, life begins to happen for you. Now, we want the best for you at all times. And if you were thinking going into hair business, which is something we do, we're here to support you. Whatever other business that you are thinking of, which, like I've just said, our capacity in life is so huge, but we don't use it. There's so much options out there, and you can be any one of them. We're here to guide you, to support you, to lead you. So if you need our help at any point in time, I am more than happy to chat with you about what's going on. And we can guide and point you in the right directions. It's all about happiness and peace of mind. It's all about fulfilling your mission on this earth. It's about you finishing. Whenever that day is, you're not looking back and saying, I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that. Take on life with your both hands and enjoy it and be at peace with yourself. So remember to follow me on Facebook. I do a lot on Facebook. I notice my friends on YouTube don't follow me on Facebook. It's Joy Phido on Facebook. Go there. You get to know more about what I'm into, because there is barely time these days to sit down and create videos for you. So I'm trying things a lot more on Facebook. It's quick for me. You use the phone, you use the tablet before you even go on the computer. But YouTube is a lot of work involved. I'll still be coming here and talking to you about all the things we talked about. The fashion line is really coming up really soon. You're going to be seeing all the amazing designs we've created. The hair ideas are coming along really smoothly. Now the products are coming out very soon as well, where we'll show you all what they look like and how you can go about ordering them. And so there's so much going on. The DVDs are still being sold constantly. Again, go on our website, Hair Extensions and Beauty, and they're all there. We're here to be with you and work with you, because that's what our mission is, to support you and help you. So we look forward to seeing you in the next video. And then stay with us. Instagram is Joy Phido. There's World of Braiding on Instagram as well. Twitter, there's Joy Phido. There's World of Braiding. Facebook, we have World of Braiding and Extensions. Go and like our page. We have Joy Phido International, where I put all this personal development and positive thinking. They're all there. And then we have the fashion line. African couture fashion is there. And so much is going on, and I love to work with you. And thank you so much for all your beautiful comments, and we hope to see you in one of our workshops, or seeing your comments in our next video and videos that we keep creating. Thank you so much.